China Southern Airlines has resumed flights to Kenya after a 2-week suspension. The move has been very well received by investors from both countries. China and Kenya have close economic and trade relations. Their annual bilateral trade volume has reached $5 billion. The suspension of flights was likely to have a huge impact on the economies of both countries.
Dozens of business operators in Kenya, like Her Chin Wen, have been looking forward to the resumption of flights to and from China.
This is about 2 tons of flowers to be sent to Lingnan Flower Market in Guangzhou today.
Mr. Her had to book the air freight container from Nairobi to Guangzhou 20 days in advance. But within 20 hours, these flowers will reach the Lingnan Flower Market in Guangzhou for onward distribution to other cities from the largest flower market in South China.
This is Kenya's top garden rose among the different varieties. It has a single head and a long head. Each color is different according to the customer's order. The color is natural, it's not dyed. The flower head is particularly large, also an export-oriented flower in China.
Kenya is the world's 4th largest exporter of fresh flowers, and China is one of its rapidly growing markets. While it looks to boost the existing ties, China's ambassador to Kenya reassured Kenyans of their commitment to help contain the virus. Wu Peng repeated his request that all Chinese citizens arriving in Kenya quarantine themselves for 2 weeks upon arrival.
At present, epidemic prevention and control has achieved positive results. Key non-epidemic controlled areas in China are gradually returning to work and production to restore production and living order. Similarly, with adequate prevention and control measures in place, China and Kenya exchanges are proceeding steadily and in an orderly manner, which is a great significance to consolidating the momentum of the Belt and Road Initiative cooperation between the two countries and safeguarding the economic interests of the people and enterprises of the two countries.
Before the outbreak, Mr. Her's company exported about 2 to 3 tons of Kenyan flowers to China daily by air. Apart from flowers, Kenya also exports tea, nuts, and seafood to China.
In recent times, the people of Kenya and other countries have been discussing the impact of the epidemic. I am confident that the Chinese government can defeat the epidemic as soon as possible. The resilience of the Chinese economy and the huge domestic demand are the foundation for the long-term healthy growth of our economy.
A considerable amount of fresh produce is exported by air in Kenya. Irregular or suspension of flights could have a devastating impact to local farmers and the fishing industry. Terry Wangari, CGTN.